Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Nicole Guinovardi, and I'm here to welcome you to our Winter English 3020 online course. This course, called Writing in the Community, is a service learning course. And in this short video, I'm going to give you a quick tour of our Canvas site, show you some of the places where you can expect to see videos posted from me, as well as where announcements will be found and our weekly schedule. I'll talk really quickly over some high points in the syllabus and a few of my expectations for how our course will run. So we're just going to jump right in. I'm going to switch over to the Canvas view and we'll get right to it. Okay, so here we are, our Canvas site, kind of like our online classroom for this semester. One of the first things I want to show you is how the course is broken up. I have each module representing a major project in the class. So you'll notice that each module in this course contains several weeks worth of work. And that's by design because I wanted to keep us situated according to the major projects that we were doing. Always at the beginning of the project, you'll find a page with the assignment description so you can kind of see where we're going. Each week, there are weekly overview pages, and underneath that, you'll find all of the assignments and readings that you'll need for that week. So you can access them in this overall view from the Canvas homepage, or, as we'll see in a minute, you can hit the next button that shows up at the bottom of each page, and it'll take you sequentially through the assignments and readings for each week. There are 4 major projects in the course, and you can see kind of how they take us all the way through to the end of the semester. And within each project, like I said, there's a week overview. And so if you click on that, what you'll see is that within each week's overview, you'll be able to find all of the videos for that week. They're all linked here under what you need to watch. There's also a section that outlines what you need to read that week, and a section that outlines what you need to write. So we'll talk about this a little bit more when I get into the syllabus. Each week follows kind of a loose suggested schedule. If you do the things by Wednesday-ish that show up in the Wednesday box, and then you do the things by Friday-ish that show up in the Friday box, and by Sunday-ish, that spreads out the work a little more evenly throughout the week. And then you don't feel like you have a marathon of English 3020 that you have to binge, to use a Netflix-ish metaphor. So what I'm going to do now is quickly hit some highlights in our syllabus, just to give you an idea of where we're headed. I'm going to make this bigger so that we can more easily talk through it. So you can see all of my contact information is here, my email, ngvardy@wayne.edu. I'll be having office hours on Zoom by appointment. So if you ever want to chat with me, just shoot me an email and we'll set up a time. You guys can read through a lot of this on your own time, and maybe you already have by the time this video gets posted, but a couple of key things I want to point out here. First of all, in terms of the learning outcomes or the goals that we have for our course, one of them includes community engagement. That's one of the things that makes English 3020 so special in terms of composition courses, is because we have this community component. It's one of our learning outcomes, and so it's one of the measures I will be using to assess and evaluate you this semester. Research is a huge part of any intermediate writing course here at Wayne, and so we'll definitely be working on research practices, writing practices, reading and reflection, all of these things. If you've already taken a comp course at Wayne, you're familiar with these outcomes, and you might have a sense of how we might approach them. If you have any questions about the learning outcomes, feel free to shoot me an email. Another interesting thing about our 3020 course is that I am one of the co-coordinators and an instructor within the composition learning community. What this means for you guys is that you are a part of a course at Wayne State University that is in the composition learning community, which means you guys will have a peer mentor available to you to contact if there are things about the course that are confusing, or if you just need some moral support. Our peer mentors are students who have taken this class and other comp classes, and they're so interested in helping support composition students that they've signed up to be peer mentors for these classes. We have some additional outcomes that we're looking for in terms of being in the composition learning community. Definitely looking for teamwork and integrative learning, as well as written communication. Next, I want to quick talk about our community partner, which is St. Vincent Sarah Fisher. Now, some of you may have talked to folks who took English 30/20, and the setup might have been a little different. Some English 30/20 courses allow students to choose their own community partners to work with. That's not the case for us. We all will share and work with St. Vincent Sarah Fisher as our community partner. And as such, that will kind of help streamline things in a lot of ways, and it will also give us a more concentrated focus in some other ways. You can visit St. Vincent Sarah Fisher's website if you've never heard of them. They do amazing work within the state of Michigan, and they have been around for many, many years. They are mainly, at this point in time, offering tutoring and educational support services to community members. So we're going to be talking with Beth Kraft, who's their volunteer coordinator, and she's going to be our point person. I have some materials from her that I'm going to be posting this week, and we're going to be doing an orientation session with her, and everyone's going to be kind of going through Beth in order to volunteer to tutor at St. Vincent Sarah Fisher. Now, because English 30/20 is a service learning course, part of your grade is going to be based on the service that you do. This means that we have 12 to 15 hours of work, and I take this really seriously. I'll talk a little bit more about this in my expectations at the end of this video, but I just want everyone to make time in your schedule right now to do the service work that is going to come along with this course. The needs of St. Vincent Sarah Fisher are listed here, and we're going to talk more with Beth during orientation about what these will look like. Due to the pandemic of COVID-19, all of the tutoring is going to be offered online. Now, that's awesome because it gives us the opportunity to volunteer in a time when face-to-face volunteering isn't particularly safe. So doing it online allows us to engage in safe volunteering. It also comes with some challenges. So we'll keep talking about this, but I just want you guys to have a heads up that this course is going to take a lot of persistence from you, not only in your writing work, but also in your volunteering work. Now, because it's an online course, there are some things I just want to say really quickly, tips and tricks for how to navigate this course. Definitely you want to make sure that you have backup plans for how you're going to get online, other devices that you might be able to use, anything that comes up with technology, which is a total bummer if it does. I'm hoping it doesn't. But you just want to be able to plan for that. Plan for those eventualities. Now, in terms of the class being online, there's two ways you can go about it. You can just survive, or you can thrive. Guess which one I want for you? I absolutely want you to be able to thrive in this class. So, in order to just survive, all you have to do is complete the work every week. So we have videos, there's texts to read, there's some process assignments, there's your volunteer hours. Everything each week is due by midnight on Sunday. It's a hard deadline. Now, that doesn't mean you can absolutely turn stuff in early. It doesn't mean you don't want to turn it in until Sunday. You can turn it in on Thursday if you want. But it's all due Sunday night. Now, just to survive in this class, you just get everything done by Sunday night. Come hell or high water, right? Now, that can be very stressful because if you wait until Sunday to do all the work in this class, you're going to have a pile of work That's like about 5 to 6 hours, because if you think about it, if I had you in a face-to-face class, we would meet for about 2.5 hours, plus I would assign you a couple hours of homework every night for each day of class that we're together. So it works out to about 5 to 6 hours a week in terms of homework plus contact time. So if you want to thrive in this class, you definitely want to break things up into more manageable chunks, and don't save all the work for one day, one night. Oh God, that sounds like the worst night ever, right? Do the Wednesday work around Wednesday or towards the beginning of your week. Do the Friday work around Friday or towards the end of your week. Do the Sunday work as you're finishing up, getting ready to turn everything in over the weekend. Does that make sense? And the other thing is, keep regular communication with me, with your peer mentor, with each other. The way that we can thrive in this class is by not just engaging with the material in a logical flow, but also engaging with each other. Make sure that you have space to work on this class. And I mean literally like you're not a Tetris cat. Make sure you have space where you can have a calm, quiet environment to give this course the attention that it needs. I know sometimes that can be harder to manifest, but it's just something right here at the beginning of the semester. Just try to be thinking about and strategizing for where can you go to regularly check in with this course. Now, you guys can read through all the assignment descriptions. You can see the grading here, some of my course policies. I'll let you guys read all of those on your own. One note about respect is that it is sometimes harder to communicate respectfully online, as you know, because our tone doesn't often translate when we're typing. So just really think about ways to communicate respectfully in your online discussions, in any online interactions that you have. And guess what? Our whole class is online. So it's all of our interactions. We're just going to have the highest standards for respect and collegiality possible. I know you guys can do it. All right. And you can read up about emailing me, emailing your peer mentors, the Writing Center. There's a lot of good stuff here. So I'm going to close out the Canvas view at this point. I'm going to let you read through the syllabus on your own time. I encourage you to do so. And I'm going to close out this video with a few expectations for how I expect our class to go. Okay. So in terms of my expectations, of course, I have the highest expectations of Wayne State students. I've been teaching here for a long time, almost, over a decade. Wow. And because I've been around Wayne State students so much, I know the level of excellence that you guys are capable of rising to. In terms of our service work at St. Vincent Sarah Fisher, my expectations are that we, as representatives of Wayne State University, are the highest quality representatives possible. I'm expecting everyone to show up with an attitude of service. This is not about what you can get from St. Vincent Sarah Fisher. It's about what you can give to their organization and how you can help them accomplish their goals. Does that make sense? In doing so, you will be accomplishing the goals of this course, but that posture has to be service first. And that service needs to be focused on the goals of our community partner. So that's what I'm expecting, is that every Wayne State student that I send to Beth Craft as a representative of our institution is the best volunteer she's ever had. And I am pretty confident that you guys will rise to the occasion. So keep on keeping on in that regard. I'm also expecting that we are really communicative and engaged with each other as a classroom, even though it's online, even though I think sometimes it feels like we're all a million miles apart in this pandemic time. I want you guys to know that I'm here for you, and I want us to be here for each other in terms of our classroom discussions. I want you to know, too, that your peer mentor is here for you, and that we are going to have a great time. Honestly, I think it's going to be a really fun semester. Even though it's winter and in Michigan, everything's freezing, we'll just get real cozy with it, right? There's the silver lining here that none of us have to be trudging to Manoogian in this snow and cold, right? So, we're going to take our silver linings where we can, and we're going to work together to do some really fun, really interesting, and really scholarly writing in and for and with our community partners this semester. So, let's get to it.